Tommy G catching Preds with Chris Hansen.
Why did you ask her if she was willing to do a gangbang?
It's really him.
She sounded eager. She sounded like she wanted to learn, and I made a mistake.
I think he's gonna pull up around from the left.
Close the door too, it's kind of cold.
What do we got here? Jeremy, you shouldn't leave. These gentlemen want to talk to you.
Put your money back. Please! Get down on the ground! God is.
Why did you think it was okay to leave your teenage girl home alone to come here and meet another
Nah, he's sick. He has a daughter too.
Why did you think it was okay to leave your teenage girl home alone to come here and meet another teenage girl, Jeremy?
Sick! Put him under the jail!
Does any part of you feel sorry for these guys?
No.
This one idea for a one-off story for Dateline NBC in 2004 has turned into all this.
I will. Can you just tell me who you are?
I'm Chris Hansen. This is an investigation.
Now these videos make you depressed, bro. It's like watching his show growing up.
In this episode,
Stoning needs to be made legal. You know what? I'm gonna say it, bro. Penalty should exist, bro. Okay? Some they need to die, bro. I'm gonna say it, bro. Some need to they shouldn't live off my tax dollars depending on the crime. If you mass, bro, you should I think you should be dead, bro.
we trudge into the dark corners of crime, perverts, and preds who prey on kids. We team up with Chris Hansen, a man who has spent the last 2 decades as the premier pred catcher on the planet.
But it's so
Together,
uncommon
we
now.
team up in a sting operation to catch these. In this episode, there are certain words that for some reason we cannot say. Among them, so instead, we will either refer to these guys as preds, PDF files, or bleep out the word altogether to avoid being censored. Now, this ugly world of PDF files is something that I almost didn't want to cover. I mean, the idea that grown men are out there looking to meet with vulnerable youth, to me, it's just sad and sickening. But it is a reality of this world that we have to face, and thankfully with the help of local police, we have the opportunity to take these offenders off the street and give them justice. Folks, this episode is heart-pounding, stomach-turning, and incredibly intense. It's time to saddle up and go boots on the ground.
He said motherfuckers can't read PDFs no more.
Today we're diving into the dark world of and we're doing it with one of the best in the business, Mr. Chris Hansen. We're just down the road from a sting operation where they're luring guys in and then promptly arresting them. To me, I'm really fascinated to get to the bottom of why this is happening. So let's try and learn something together. Buckle up, folks. We're in for one today. Just as we arrived in Michigan and we're gonna set out to the Sting House, we got word from Chris's team that an offender was on his way to get busted and for us to lay low until they booked him. What happened next is one of the most powerful moments of Chris's career.
No, there's no one home.
You sure this isn't a setup?
The door is cold outside.
What's the why are you asking her that?
Did you bring the money?
Yeah.
Can I see it?
If it was, she's supposed to say yes?
How much is there?
150.
Okay.
Oh, fuck no, this nigga's about to pay for... And I'm gonna add to it. I don't even think the chair is enough. Gotta be a worse way to do it. I don't know if I'm just like an evil nigga, bro, but I feel like the chair is not enough. You know what we should do with niggas like this? Solitary confinement for 20 years. Nah, that's torture.
What do you want to do?
What are you feeling up to? I don't want to.
I'm down for anything.
Are we doing it here? Is there like a bedroom?
There's the bedroom, or we can do it on the couch, or anywhere you want to go. I'll go change, and you can stay here. Okay. You can just stay right here, and I'll be right back, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's about to leave.
How you doing? Good. What was your plan here today?
Can I leave?
No, you cannot. Stay right there.
From the law enforcement angle, what have you seen in this world?
Seems over the last 10 years,
At least he
it's gotten
asked.
worse, in my opinion. Just based off interviews I've done over the years with children, child forensic interviews over the child abuse type stuff, sexual abuse.
How common are these people out in the world, these predators?
To be quite honest, I think it's a very scary thought. I think they're very common. I think parents should be well aware of the stuff that happens on the internet.
My name is Sam Christian. I'm a retired Chicago Police Deputy Chief on the Chicago Police Department. I spent 14, 15 years in what's called Special Investigations of the Youth Division, chasing pedophiles, basically. When I was doing this work, and we would do lectures and seminars, and I thought at that time you could probably find a pedophile rather on probably every square mile in the city of Chicago.
Well, you know, I kind of fell into working with, so I fell into forensics, and have been helping lock the sons of bitches up for 30 years. I don't know, how many people are versus how many billions of people we have. No one's ever clear with that because we're only basing it on those that were convicted. We know that there's no place we could go in this country where it isn't happening.
I mean, we're in UP,
That's
Michigan.
fucking insane,
and right now we could be talking to someone down in Texas.
Peter, thank you for the
that could
resub.
potentially be up here within a couple days to try to, potentially take your child. So it's not just in your backyard anymore. It's like a nationwide thing.
Elijah, welcome back, bro.
I was looking online to play.
To play, and what do you mean by play, Joe?
Yes.
You talked to somebody online and on the phone, and you were pretty graphic. How many times had you met women online before for sex?
2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Crazy.
And what do you do for a living now, Joe?
I'm a grocery manager.
Here in town?
Marquette.
In Marquette. Over the phone, she tells you that she's 15. You say to her, that's messed up.
That is.
But yet you continued to talk about having sex with her. It almost seems as though that age excited you. You asked if she would do a gangbang.
What?
Why did you ask her if she was willing to do a gangbang?
She sounded eager. She sounded like she wanted to learn, and I made a mistake.
Okay. How about 2 years in Guantanamo? Okay. Black site, no recording of what we do to him. And then send him 20 years to solitary.
I have a porn addiction. I will admit that I have a porn addiction. I got addicted to porn when I was probably 11, 12 years old.
Did you bring condoms?
I did not. I might have one.
Right. But you were willing to have unprotected sex with this girl.
I don't know if I would have gone that far.
So it seems to me that if I wasn't here and a real 15-year-old girl was, you would have been having sex with her by now.
I
Word.
should go away for a very, very, very long time. There's no one to blame but myself.
All right, Joe, well, there's something you need to know.
You're Chris Hansen with...
Take down with Chris Hansen. Have you seen the shows
Dumbass.
before?
I have.
And what
still
have you
paying.
thought of those shows?
But I appreciate what you do.
Well, thank you.
What? Bro, what do you mean you appreciate what he does? No, you don't. You wouldn't be there if you did. What a random thing to say, nigga.
Did you ever think you're going to end up face to face like this?
When I walked in here and saw the pizza box, I honestly knew. Yep. Just the wallet.
No other weapons or anything on you, sir?
No.
I'm just gonna give you a quick pat down. All right.
Joe, thank you for being straight up with me. I appreciate it.
Can I shake your hand?
Yes.
What?
It's hot and sweaty. I
appreciate it, buddy. Good luck to you. All right?
I'm sorry.
Get
Thank
the help
you.
you need, all right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Can I shake your hand? Damn, this shit is elite. They got footage of this nigga landing in jail? What the fuck?
sounds messed up to say, but I couldn't help but feel bad for some of these guys. I mean, I know that if they followed through with what they were going to do, that they very well would damage a kid for life. But still, watching them throw their life down the drain in real time just made me feel sad for them. And due to the pathetic nature of what they were setting out to do, my guess is these guys live very miserable lives. Does any part of you feel sorry for these guys?
Welcome back. Ask that again.
Miserable lives. Does any part of you feel sorry for these guys?
No.
These guys are doing irreparable, lifelong damage to kids. I felt like just looking at them, I feel repulsed, I feel ick, I feel like, and just feel good. Like hearing that door shut behind, like I had like a word in my head, just justice. Let's head to the Sting house.
Yeah.
So what's going through your head when you bust a guy like that?
It's sad to see that we have this in the community, but it's good to see something come out of it to get these people off the streets. The maximum for the punishment is 20 years to life. Easily at least serve a couple years. Hopefully we have a successful rest of our day.
The Sting House. They're doing more?
So in a normal Sting, when you start in the morning, how late does it go?
You know, we've gone till the next morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, depending on who's coming.
So we might be having a slumber party tonight.
Could happen. It's happened before. So this weekend we have
who the fuck shows up that
sting
late?
Operation with the Marquette County Sheriff's Department. Decoys will go undercover posing as children and see if men will approach them and try to make a date for sex. If they do, they will be invited over here. I will confront them, and then they'll be arrested by the Marquette County Sheriff's Office. We've been doing investigations for 20 years now, and yet here we are, 20 years and
Jose, welcome back,
probably 600 guys later. The problem is worse than ever before.
You've pioneered a whole new genre of content where now there's people that their entire career is doing somewhat very similar things. One, did that blow your mind? And two, not all of them get the guys arrested.
You know, when I stop to think about it, now that you mention it, it is kind of mind-boggling. This one idea for a one-off story for Dateline NBC in 2004.
It's a Dateline hidden camera investigation no parent will want to miss. He thinks he's at this house to have sex with a 15-year-old girl. Chris Hansen with a Dateline hidden camera investigation.
Bro, in 2004, they had to have been mind-boggled. Because nowadays, like, they kind of all expect it and they're looking out for it. In 2004, man, it's like they got mollywopped. Imagine finding out there's hidden cameras in 2004, bro. Wow. I didn't realize the show was so popular for so long. Does he still do it?
In terms of the vigilante catchers, you know, some of them have done a service. And I think there's a solid place for citizen journalists. But it concerns me that I think some, not all, but some of these vigilante catchers are out to just be as outlandish as possible.
A phone call's coming in from a potential and everyone's waiting, holding their breath to see if a lady's coming through. He's coming.
But what's your mental preparation? Like, what are you doing before they come?
Well, I'm working on a lot of different things. So I've gone through the material for this particular confrontation. I'll start going through it again in a few minutes here when we know he's on the way, for sure. And other than that,
why is there no light?
Keeping aware, and I'm working on other stories.
Where's the lights at?
Just trying to see if it's real. See if they can manipulate him, take advantage.
Do you feel bad for these guys at all?
Do I feel bad? No, at all. They knew what they was doing. They need to ask what.
Are there female predators?
He said that he is 49. He's actually 53.
I think interesting first of all is
how come they don't do this in the inverse? I never see it.
He's coming from like 3 hours away.
Didn't he also take a picture?
He took a picture of his on the side of the road, sent it to the decoy.
Okay, you guys are some of the world experts in tracking down. What kind of commonalities do you notice amongst these guys? Traits, characteristics?
Agency, the Scoop Ryan tweet.
Inconsequence guy that just said he's 49, he's really 53. We've had guys lie about the type of car they're driving.
How has doing this job changed how you guys look at the world?
Like, I feel like when I have kids, they're not getting on anything. Like, Chris talks about all the time that when he first started doing this, he thought he was going to do it like once or twice. And now, 20 plus years later, he's still doing it.
And he's busier than ever.
And he's busier than ever.
There are exponentially more
the house doing is
platforms
so
upon
depressing.
which
Jeez
adults can
Louise.
approach children. So while there is more activity
tweet.
now than ever before, it's more difficult to detect.
Link it to me after.
I think
Let's
technology
finish this up.
has opened this up.
It's a good video
I
so far.
think people are more exposed to fantasies.
Is it
It's
all
just
men
scary.
or ever women showing up here?
I've never
So
had a woman.
Never had a woman.
Women like to have a connection, whereas men are like out hunting for whatever. So the women, it's always somebody who's closer.
The female, you're more likely to see in the teacher-student scenario. The female wants to know the victim. The male likes the anonymity.
Miss Nutley was a teacher at St. Xavier High School. This is a Catholic school in Springfield Township, a Catholic school of all places.
Has doing this job made you look at men differently?
I mean, I always thought there were perverts out there, but like, there's so many, I guess.
To get an idea of the damage this crime can cause a family, we spoke with a mom whose child suffered from the hands of an exploitive adult, and she spoke to the impact this had on her life.
I didn't notice everything until maybe 3 years into the relationship. I started noticing that he was a little bit like not affection. So I kind of just assumed that he was cheating on me. We took a trip out to Michigan, and that's when I actually found out
Yo,
that
chat,
my daughter...
how do y'all niggas know when you're being cheated on, bro? I always wonder because, like, how do you know? Like, I'm not a nosy nigga, bro. And realistically, I'm not gonna go through phones. I'm not gonna, you know, like, you gotta, like, how do you even find out the way they act? Intuition. There will be signs. Yeah, I hope they don't happen to me, gang, because that shit is fucking crazy.
Had a boy over. I investigated deeper into her phone and found out that this other kid was actually 23. So I called the cops and they did lock him up. But that same night, something was bothering me about why was she so comfortable in my bed? So I went and asked my daughter, has Tim ever touched you? And Tim was right behind me and I felt him. I felt his energy behind me, like the nervousness. And she said yes. I turned around, I just started throwing things at him. And that's when I used, have you ever, my daughter. He nodded one time. I'm so confused at this moment. I'm like, well, what are you talking about? You said one time, but you're saying no. What's going on? He was on a run for at least 2 weeks. He took a plea, the 10-year plea. It was underage. He just repeatedly with the underage.
This is such a cat and mouse.
Why is that
game.
only
They'll have,
10
somebody
years,
30 minutes
though?
away. Call.
How does that make any
And then
sense,
they
bro?
check it out. Or someone calls back and is like, hey, I want to
Bro.
pee on you. And then,
I'm about to end up on the FBI watch list for this, by the way. Okay, a switch. Oh, it's actually not that long, and no, it's 10 years. Okay, so just having a switch is 10 years, but repeatedly engaging in activities with your own fucking daughter is 10 years. The system fucking sucks, bro. This system is fucking ass. It can't be consensual, bro. It can't be. She's under 18, bro. I'm assuming, based on what he's saying, based on the way she described it, I could be wrong, but like based on the way she described it, she's not. If you're under 18, you can't consent. That's why you need your fucking mom to sign a thing when you want to go on a field trip, dickhead.
then they check it out.
Comes in, goes out. We try to maintain a low key, but you gotta eat good.
I don't know if niggas gonna take my pre-sale soon.
In a typical day, 8-10 hour day, how many people would you bust?
It really varies by location. And four guys in an afternoon. And then there's some where we've showed up and we've been there for 2 days and nobody shows up.
What are the major red flags of a that people can be aware of or think about?
So if we just take an extreme, on one extreme, we know these people because they're always talking the language. Instead of calling people kids, they're F toys or, even dates, they're objects. On that end, we know who those people are because they're always verbalizing. But most are at the other end. They have a great social persona. They look good, they sound good, but they're very schmoozy. And it's that schmooziness that we forget. That's psychopath traded.
In any way, do you feel bad for these guys?
Sometimes, you get a guy who gets on his knees, who spent 6 months in battle in Iraq, maybe he has PTSD, and he's begging you for forgiveness. You can't help but feel bad. But at the end of the day, if we weren't here and a child was here, what would have happened?
Because there's no doubt in my mind, a large number of people that are incarcerated are going to get back out and restart again.
Hi. I'm sorry I missed your call.
Yeah, I'm like 30 minutes away. I was just making sure you're gonna be still up and shit.
Yeah, I'm still up. I'm waiting.
Alright. So, what do you just want to text me the address when I call you back, or what do you want to do?
Yeah. Just let me know when you're in Ishpeming and I'll text you the address.
Alright.
Okay. Hurry up, I can't wait to see ya.
Alright.
Okay, bye.
Does it surprise you how many guys are out there trying to do this?
Yes and no. Our jurisdiction has a very high amount of CSCs, criminal sexual conducts.
I guess, how does it make you feel getting to do this job?
Hey, Hall of Fame, give it 3 months.
I've seen so many stories that are like horrific. Some of these people do to minors is sickening.
Do you think our justice system properly takes care of these guys?
I think they all need to go to prison for some stint, however long.
Hey, Power GPU!
Sure. I will say,
5
I think
months.
reoffenders, my personal opinion, shouldn't be able to walk another day freely.
Word!
People back home should know.
If you're a sexual assault victim, don't be afraid to speak out and tell your story to somebody from trained law enforcement officials that do handle this stuff in a sensitive manner, and don't be afraid to report it and speak out about it.
There are a boatload of clips from this episode that, for reasons I cannot get
Kenny,
into,
welcome back.
are only available on Patreon. If you'd like to support
we
independent
understand,
journalism
bro.
and have access to these clips, the link to subscribe is in the description.
There's a last-minute hustle and bustle to get everyone in place.
We'll see him on the camera, so if he does, everyone will just shift.
Check your phones, everything's. How well do these guys usually scope out a place before they go to it? I think last year, and the one we did the other one, I think we've had 2 or 3 go by. They'll drive by once or twice just to make sure they're looking for, obviously, police cars, anything suspicious, obviously lighting, any suspicious movement at all. That would indicate, hey, there's something just to justify their concerns. Most of them, once they're in, they're fully committed. So, like, how do you approach this from a psychological standpoint so that you keep it going without tipping them off, but you still get information, like when to text them, when not to text them? I think it's just by feel.
Do you want the honest answer or the TV answer? Honest. You just gotta be really fucked up.
Do you think you would be disappointed?
I didn't even see that. There's a nigga there.
It's gotta be really fucked
up. Oh, fuck out. You know when you're playing body cam? Yo, Tavares, thank you for the gift. Appreciate you.
Do you think you would be disappointed to know that someone sending him all the nice messages was a guy like you with a beard?
They're gonna know when I take the stand.
Is this off a hookup website?
Yeah, this is off of a website that just strictly deals with prostitution.
So he's probably been there, done that before.
Usually.
So that means the decoy has a fake profile.
We both get 2 months to build the fastest car or winner takes on the car.
A fake profile.
Actually, a great series idea, no cap.
How
I don't know how to
racy
build
can you
cars
get
yet, though. Soon,
Pictures
soon.
are of our actual decoy. She can get as racy as she's comfortable. Obviously, we don't get too racy with ours. So he knows that she's 15, and his big holdup was he had to find some place to get rid of his kid for the night.
Do you know how old his kid is?
I don't think we discussed it.
He could be minutes away.
Yeah.
And you gave him the address at what point?
Just within the last 30 seconds, a minute ago.
Let's get ready. Subject spotted. Okay, baby, here we go.
They're not gonna see any of this.
Hey, Verby asked where to park. There he is, Yep. I think he's gonna pull up around from the left.
It's cold outside. Can you close the door too? It's really cold.
You want me to go grab them light clothes or whatever?
Oh, that's okay. You can just hang out. You can have a seat. You got some weed?
Yeah.
How was the drive?
Fucking shitty, man. I got behind some guy that was going like 20 miles an hour and shit.
I was wondering what was taking you so long.
Yeah.
You got the condoms too?
Yeah. You want that? You want to do that?
Sure. Well, I'm gonna run upstairs and grab my bong really fast, and I'll be right back, okay?
Alright.
Okay.
What do we got here?
Yeah, dumbass, bitch ass nigga.
What'd y'all bring?
Some weed.
Some weed?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Jeremy.
Jeremy? And Jeremy, where are you from?
From Michigan.
What part of Michigan?
Iron Mountain.
Iron Mountain. What brought you here tonight?
She said she wanted to smoke.
She wanted to smoke. And who is she?
I have no idea.
You have no idea?
No, I just met her online.
You just met her online. And what was your plan here for tonight, Jeremy?
Just smoke.
Smoke?
Yeah.
Sex?
I mean, she said she...
She said she would have sex with you.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. And how old is she?
She said her thing says 19.
Keep your hands out of your pockets, man. She said...
Way to stand on business, nigga. Hey, way to press that whole ass nigga, bro.
What?
She said 19.
She said 15.
Oh, I don't know. Her thing says 19 on her.
Well, everybody has to say 19 to get on the platform, but she told you she was 15.
Oh, I didn't even pay attention to that.
You didn't pay attention. So you drive how many hours?
Oh, just like an hour.
About an hour.
Just an hour.
And did you stop at all along the way?
Yeah, I stopped at a gas station.
And what did you get at the gas station?
Gas.
Gas.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I grabbed some beer.
Some beer.
Yeah.
And where is that?
Out of my truck.
Did you bring condoms?
Yeah.
You did. And where are those?
In my pocket.
In your pocket. And how much weed did you bring here?
Aqua, welcome back. Water, welcome back.
And how much did that cost?
Well, I don't know. This was I already had this.
You already had the weed.
Yeah.
So
what's going on here? What is this?
I'm going to get to that in a minute. But Jeremy, you drove an hour to meet a 15-year-old girl.
Well, she said she was 19.
You say that
Yeah, thank you for the
on the
resub.
website or on the social media, but it said 19 on the platform, but she told you 15.
I don't know, man. I'm not. Are you a cop or what?
I'll get to that in a minute.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and deal with this shit. So I got.
You're not going to sit here and deal with it? You drive an hour?
Yeah,
you
she lied
bring
to me and
weed.
said she was 19.
No. I've
Yeah,
seen the transcripts, Jeremy, so you can
Okay,
try to jerk me around here, but it's
Her
not going to
thing
go
says
well.
She's 19 on her thing. I'm assuming you have to have an ID to make a fucking sex website.
What
right?
did she tell you? What age did she tell you, Jeremy?
She said she was 19 on her thing.
What did she tell you in the conversation? She said 15, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Got that bitch ass nigga. It's recorded. He was trying to get him to say yes the whole time, bro. Okay, that qualifies. Fuck it, but that's a yes to me.
So what made you think it was okay to drive an hour, bring weed and alcohol to a 15-year-old girl after a sexually charged conversation?
I didn't know she was.
Okay, we can go round and round, but she told you. What made you think that this was okay?
I didn't think it was okay.
You didn't think it was okay. So why did you do it?
I need a lawyer or something.
Are you a married guy?
No.
You're not married. Do you have kids?
Yeah.
How many kids?
2.
2. And where are your children tonight?
My kids, one's at a friend's house and the other one's at home.
One's at home. And how old are your children?
I got one's 14 and one's 16.
One's 14 and one's 16. So the 16-year-old's at home.
Yeah.
And the 14-year-old is where?
At a friend's house.
At a friend's house. Did you drop the 14-year-old off at a friend's house so you could come here?
No, she was already there.
She was already there.
Yeah.
So you left your 16-year-old child home alone.
She's 16.
But you left her home alone so you could come here to meet a 15 for sex. You want to just hold tight here, Jeremy.
Oh,
There's something you need to know before you go. Just sit.
I don't need to know anything.
Jeremy, I'm Chris Hansen. And I do stories on men. Jeremy, you shouldn't leave.
Hey, get that bitch ass nigga, bro.
Please, sit down on the ground. Hey, he's on the couch. Watch sit.
All right.
Relax, buddy. Slow down. Relax. Slow down. Relax.
Slow down.
All right.
Okay, what the fuck, dude?
Jeremy, I asked you not to leave. And look what happened. Is there anything else you want people to know about the situation you're in tonight, Jeremy?
No.
Why did you think it was okay to leave your teenage girl home alone to come here and meet another teenage girl, Jeremy?
All right, we're gonna sit you up, okay? We're gonna roll over to your back. Bring your knees up to your chest.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
He said clock it.
Go ahead and take a seat.
Jeremy, how old are you?
41.
41. And what do you do for a living, Jeremy?
Work at a warehouse.
You work at a warehouse. And what do you do at the warehouse?
Load trucks.
Load trucks. Well, Jeremy, as I started to say before you tried to leave, I'm Chris Hansen.
I'm not giving you guys permission to videotape.
Well, we don't need it.
Okay, well, I don't have nothing to say.
We do stories on men who try to meet kids for sex.
Damn, bro.
And you've become one of those stories. Is there anything else you want people to know?
No.
Okay, well, these people here will take it from here then.
Is that not illegal? Like, just even if it was just straight
Chris, you just
prostitute.
completed 2 days, a lot of
I want to finish
bus.
the word.
What's
Is
going
that
through
not,
my
is that
mind
not
now?
still
Tommy,
illegal?
the fact that a guy would leave his own children behind, a f***ing and 16, to drive an hour to meet a 15, allegedly for sex. You're taking this.
So he's going to jail regardless.
Alcohol. It never ceases to stun me.
The anticipation, right when he started walking up to the house, my heart was thumping.
Yeah, mine too. Still does.
It's an amazing thing. I mean, I've seen it so many times
Right.
through the television, seen how it goes, but then to be here in the moment, it's like a rodeo when you're out there.
You don't know what's going to happen. And typically, we have the element of surprise. I mean, sometimes these guys are suspicious. Sometimes they'll say, "You're Chris Hansen," before I can say I'm
Feel
Chris.
bad for his kid.
He obviously felt pretty comfortable when he saw the undercover
Yeah.
deputy posing as the 15-year-old girl. He thought
He
that
couldn't have
this
been
was
much of a
gonna
father,
go
bro,
to
realistically.
plan. And when she excused herself, it was time for me to come in and ask my questions.
I'm sure every guy comes in and tries to deny to some level.
Sure.
Is it airtight? Like, is there any way this guy can't say, I didn't know she was 15?
The way the sheriff's detectives and deputies work, they have a clear record of informing the alleged that this person they're coming to visit is 15.
Is playing dumb the most common defense mechanism?
It's playing dumb. I didn't see the age. They try to convince the detectives that because you have to be 19 to get on that platform, that they assume that they were 19, even
So it's
though
legal?
people get on these platforms.
Where is this, bro? Is this shit in
Do you think
Vegas?
he knew he was an animal in a trap by the time you sat down with him?
I think he knew he was in trouble. I don't think he knew who I was. And so he's wondering, am I the mad dad? Am I the police? Or am I someone else?
To see what you've been doing the last many years, busting guys like this, getting them off the street, America's rooting for you, man.
I appreciate it, Tommy. I appreciate
So,
it very much.
well, thank you.
Thanks, man. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you. All right, folks. Well, that's what it's like inside of Operation busting and putting them to justice.
Bro, for a second, I thought he said the N-word. I don't know why.
That's what it's like inside of Operation busting and putting them to justice. We'll see you guys next week. What you have just seen is the tip of the iceberg when it comes to what True Blue has to offer. They have countless documentaries with Chris Hansen,
Bro.
many more episodes of pedo catching,
Hey,
and a
man,
series
Tommy, you're
called
doing the
Cops
Lord's
Under
work.
Fire, which is
Word.
the wildest cop show I've ever seen.
surprised
If you would
that
like to
shit's
see
legal.
more of this
Like,
for only $4.99 a
even
month,
if they
you
were
can subscribe
19,
to True Blue. The link to
even
do
if they
that
were
is in the description.
40, bro. That's legal in America, Chad? You can just do that? I don't know why that's so fucking wild to me, bro. That almost didn't even feel like a Tommy G video, but I was still locked the fuck in, man. Good video, bro. Good fucking video, man. Oh, so you like the video? Boom. You're gonna like that one too, man. Go ahead, just. Bro, click the video. What the? Bro, that's what I be saying. Like,